So in that brief session of play, India loses another one. But this time round, it was a good ball, Gargi. Very good ball. Rishabh Pant was drawn into the shot, and I can understand. But comparatively, when you look at the first three shots, I mean, Australia celebrate. These are photographs all taken by Devashish Sen. Comparatively, when you look at the first three shots, and now all of us have had time to kind of soak it in, they were three of the poorest balls in the Indian innings. And that is what brings me to my point. The point is everybody in this team should go back and watch Sachin Tendulkar's 241 not out in Sydney. You know why? Because it was the most unlike Sachin kind of innings. It was the most unlike Sachin kind of innings, that particular one. Because even modest bowlers like a Brad Williams, etc., they were trying to provoke him and play on his ego. They were trying to provoke him and play on his ego, and he bit his ego. He did not let his ego take over. And he played an innings of attrition. He did not play a single shot in that zone outside cover. In the, not a single cover drive for 10 hours. That is self-discipline at its absolute best. Absolute best. Salim Khan, I am not bothered about Rohit Juglan and Ravish Bish. Don't waste my time and yours. Sachin Tendulkar did not play a single shot in that arc, not one. He had spoken to Ajit Tendulkar that the bowlers are not. Ajit told him this, that the bowlers are not getting you out. You are getting out. You are getting out by playing this particular shot. That's what Ajit told Sachin. Why watch Sachin? At least watch Manas and Steve Smith. No, there is no need to watch Manas and Steve Smith. Steve Smith was also very, very lucky. Luck will run out at one point. It is important to watch Sachin because for me, Gargi, Virat Kohli should decide in his mind what shot not to play rather than what shot to play. That's what Sachin did. Sachin told his brother that I will not play a single cover drive because they are getting me there in that zone. So when Brad Williams was trying to provoke Tendulkar, he bit his ego. In any other time, he could have taken Brad Williams to the cleaners. Did not let that happen. And when he came back to the dressing room, you should ask Deep Dasgupta, he said, did you see something? Deep went and gave him a glass of water in the dressing room. And he said, I did not play a single cover drive for 10 hours and 36 minutes. So for me, that is the best Sachin Tendulkar innings because he did not play like himself. Self-discipline and by telling himself what shot not to play. That is what is critical, Gargi Rao. And this is what India needs to learn. At least this particular innings, first three dismissals, completely unacceptable. Your thoughts?
Exactly what you said. First three dismissals. When a bowler bowls a good ball, a brilliant delivery, an unplayable delivery, you can go ahead and respect the bowler and say, you know what, this was an unplayable delivery. Anyone could have got out to this ball. But that's not the case with the Indian batters. What we're seeing right now is the batters are giving away their wickets. They're not. Where is the value for your own wickets? I'm not understanding that because uh, does do the batters hold as much value to their wicket as much as we do, as much as we are counting on them? They should also count on themselves the same, because look at Shubman Gill, look at Yashasvi Jaiswal. I think there is no restraint in their batting. Even Virat Kohli, I would even say Virat Kohli, for someone, I am criticizing him. I have grown up watching him. I have, learned my batting from him. But I will still say that, there was no restraint in his batting. And I think that has been the case for quite some time now, that he's, touching those deliveries that he should absolutely leave. And you see him getting out to the same ball time and time again. Exactly what the point that Boria sir brought up, that when you think back to that Sachin match, I did not play a single cover drive. That's his favorite shot, but he knew he was getting out to that ball, so why play it? But we're not seeing that kind of restraint in Virat Kohli. We're not seeing that kind of restraint in Shubman Gill. Shubman Gill had no reason to go for that ball. This is not T20 cricket. You could have easily left it, and especially in the treacherous conditions that they were batting in. overcast. They were very, very close to the first session ending, especially Virat Kohli. When you think of that, Virat Kohli had no reason to touch that ball at all. So you could have played out the first session easily, but no one did that. You thought that that was the basic requirement of the team, that you bat out the first session with a maximum, one run. Sorry, not one run, one wicket down, but that did not happen.
Absolutely 100% right. And when Kohli got out, the very next ball, the rain came in. So you mean to say Kohli was not able to see that there is rain looming, and any moment the game could stop? That is what self-discipline is all about. I'm continuously saying this. After the 2014 series, Gargi, after the 2014 England series, Virat Kohli had spent a week with Tendulkar. We all know what happened. We all know what happened 6 months later in Australia. All he needs to do is see that Tendulkar innings of 241. He will see Sachin is not playing like Sachin. Virat Kohli will have to know that he cannot play like Virat Kohli and dominate. He can't. These are not the conditions. After he gets to 30, after he gets to 40, absolutely he can. But not at the start of an innings. Shubman Gill, not at the start of an innings. He absolutely can't. And Shomik also joins me. That is not the point. The point is Virat Kohli, whether it is Rohit Sharma, whether it is Shubman Gill, whether it is Yashasvi Jaiswal, you cannot play shots from ball one. You just can't. And that is why I gave the example of Tendulkar's 241. Tendulkar's 241 is the Bible. Go and watch that innings. Ball after ball after ball, which he could have slapped for boundaries. He's that good. He's leaving them. Why? Why? Because he had mentally told himself and to Ajit, I will not play that shot. I will not play the cover drive. I will not play that particular stroke. And as a result, he was able to self-discipline. Shomik, the sad part about this morning is Australia picked up three Indian wickets with the three worst balls of the innings. Jaiswal, rank bad ball on leg stump, could have been, anything. Gill on eighth stump, seventh, eighth stump. Kohli on seventh stump. This is exactly what you need not do in Test match cricket. Shomik Chakraborty.
The word intent has been made fashionable these days. I mean, you are asking for Sachin Tendulkar like discipline. You will not get it simply because no one in this Indian team, even Virat Kohli is not that standard. You will not get that quality and that kind of self-discipline. I know cricket has changed a lot. Cricket has evolved over the years, but then again, certain things remains the same. Look how Steve Smith worked on his game. Steve Smith was going through a horror run. He went to the nets. He worked on his back and across movement. He put in the hard yards. But then again, the fact of the matter is that this is something it should come from within. No coach at this level, it is not expected that this will be told to you by the batting coach or bowling coach or head coach. That self restraint should come from you. You are one of the reasons why this generation of cricketers go after bowling, throwing caution to the wind, because they no longer trust their defense. They don't have that kind of watertight defense, and once again another word has been made fashionable: a release shot. They need a release shot. So this is how it is, which is unfortunate. But then again, they should have they should they should have taken a leaf out of Steve Smith's book. The way he batted, he had an innings of two halves yesterday. How he developed and how he built his innings, um, when he was struggling, when he was getting beaten against Akashdeep and others. That kind of discipline was missing from the Indian team. And rain at the moment, as things stands, only bad weather can save India.
Yeah, I mean, but not simply bad weather, Gargi. If you see already multiple stop starts, it is already 10:30. The game will not go beyond 1:20, 1:30 because it's 6 p.m. It will get dark. This is red ball, not pink ball or other white ball that you can play under lights. It won't happen. Everyone knows that because the moment it's 6 p.m., they'll have to cut it off, which is 1:30. So, in effect, you are talking about very limited game. And that is not just today. it is the same prediction for tomorrow, and it is the same prediction for day after. So effectively, you are talking about cumulatively 70, 80 overs of cricket. That's all. You still have 16 wickets left. One decent partnership of 25, 30 overs, and India should be in a position to cross that 245. Think, if you cross 245 and Australia get a lead of 200 or a little less, means Australia will have to bat at least 15, 20 overs to make that lead 350 or so, to give India the chance to bat again, right? So clearly, if you have to get about 100, 150 runs to set a target of 350, means you bat 20 more overs. You are killing time. So all it needs at this point, Gargi, is save the follow on. You save the follow on, you bat time with all the rain around and weather around. This match can be saved. That's my point. Will we show some spine for a change? Gargi Raut question.
The only batters that can do it now is KL Rahul. I have hopes from Rohit Sharma to at least step up today. And of course, I think we have one more hope in Nitish Kumar Reddy. We've seen some good knocks from him as
I
well.
have hopes from Ravindra Jadeja, Gargi. Serious hopes
Yes,
from
right?
Ravindra Jadeja with the bat.
Absolutely. So if you think about it, if you think that way, if you want to be hopeful, I think there's plenty of hope still left for India, but they need to bat out of their skins. They need to grind it out and make sure that they're not throwing away their wickets, because that's what we've been seeing so far. And if that continues happening, that then this match cannot be turned into a game. But uh, uh, what I was the point I was bringing up was, are they trying to, now that you think about it, are they trying to bat like they batted against Bangladesh in that 2-day game when the rain was happening? Is that what their strategy is? I'm not understanding. I'm just thinking out loud. If that's the strategy, clearly it's not working.
रवि गुप्ता बोरिया क्या रिद्धिमान साहा का इंटरव्यू, क्या बोल रहे हो भाई तुम? थोड़ा सुन लेते हैं आप क्या कह रहे हो, सुन लेते हैं आपका कमेंट, देख लेते हैं। बोरिया भाई, बैन कब था तो हटा तुम्हारा? अच्छा, ओके, दैट इज वन क्वेश्चन। मजुमदार जी, साहा का इंटरव्यू करवा दो, आपके तो अच्छे रिलेशंस है। रवि भाई, आप गधे हो, ये पब्लिकली दिखाना जरूरी है क्या? नहीं है ना, तो मत करो। साहा का तो औकात नहीं है भाई उसका झूठ एक्सपोज हो जाने के बाद मेरे सामने आने का। तो इतना बार मैंने पब्लिकली कह दिया है, सारे झूठ मैंने एक्सपोज कर दिया है। और आप तो किताब पढ़ते नहीं हो, शायद अनपढ़ हो, सो वो तो पता है क्लियरली आपका इंग्लिश से। सो मत किया करो ना पब्लिकली खुद को एक्सपोज, मेरे बारे में छोड़ दिया करो। वी आर एज अ सीरियस क्रिकेट शो गोइंग ऑन, बाय द वे, serious cricket show. Shomik, when I look at this Indian batting, it's the first over. First ball, Jaiswal goes for a big drive, takes the edge, runs down third slip, gully 4. Second ball, rank bad ball on leg stump, plays the flick, Mitchell Marsh's position there, gets out. He is your next generation. He can be as good in white ball cricket and IPL rockstar, 18 crores, white ball, whatever, I don't care. This
Absolutely.
is test match cricket and asks for a certain level of self-discipline, what Gargi just spoke about. It asks for a certain level of resolve, a certain amount of character, for the lack of a better word. What is intent? Intent is not playing shots. Intent is also about leaving balls. Intent is also about putting a price on your wicket. Intent is also about showing resolve, courage, and playing within yourself and biting your ego, Shomik Chakraborty. That is intent for me. Talk to me.
Absolutely. And see, what is more frustrating is that everyone knows that this Kokabura ball, after they changed it, after they changed the nature of the Kokabura ball 2-3 years ago, Steve Smith has also spoken about that. After 34, 35 overs, it becomes very, very easy for batting. That we saw yesterday also. When the ball stopped swinging, earlier what used to happen, the Kokabura ball used to get softer after 30 overs. Now the ball doesn't get softer. It stays hard, but it stops swinging. The movement stops. And we saw how Travis said and Steve Smith capitalized on that yesterday. And Indian players know that. And knowing full well that if we buy time, a little bit of time, then batting would become easier. As you said, I mean, you can be a rock star, you can be. See, at the end of the day, T20 cricket, I'm not singling out any particular tournament, but T20 cricket is a 3-hour evening show, and this is the format that separates the men from the boys. And you have to, if you don't have that kind of self discipline, then you will never be. I mean, you will be a flash in the pan. You will have the odd good series. You will be celebrated, but as far as Indian cricket is concerned, you will stay as a footnote. It is for the likes of Jaiswal and Shubman Gill to decide whether they want to stay as a footnote with millions and millions of dollars of bank balances, or whether they want to create a legacy. It's totally up to them.
Beautifully said. And Gargi, add along with the millions of dollars, add 25 to 30 million social media followings and trolls who will jump on you every time you criticize, saying, ah, hello, so and so is goat, so and so is boat, so and so is whatever, I don't know. But that is what it is. Now that you have your troll armies to be unleashed when questions are asked, that is what you will stay with. But the truth is, at this point, after 5 years in international cricket, the truth is, after 5 years, it is a modest record that Shubman Gill has for himself. And in tough situations, tough people stand up. Unfortunately, we have not seen that so far from Shubman Gill. Gargi, your thoughts? Let's break it down. Shubman Gill, I'm extremely disappointed because our reporters keep saying he is looking the best in the nets. When it comes to match situations, twice he's thrown his wicket in Adelaide, and today also that was a rank bad shot. Thoughts on Shubman Gill?
No, I think Shubman Gill has looked very average. I'm not saying he's an average batter. I'm saying when you compare with when he's playing against a quality side, he's looking average. Is what I'm saying. So I expect a lot out of Shubman Gill, and that's a good thing. I think it's a good thing that we all expect so much out of Shubman Gill, because we've been seeing him from a long time. We've been seeing him in the circuit for a long time, be it under 19 cricket, be it domestic cricket. He was always in a leadership role. So you obviously, naturally expect a lot out of Shubman Gill, and we do. And the truth of the matter is he's not living up to his expectations, the legacy that he himself has built, the bar that he has raised. We're not seeing, I'm not seeing any impactful performances that have really changed the game, really turned around the tables for India. We haven't seen, at least not consistently, the kind of impact when you think of a Kohli, or I'm not comparing the two, but when you think of those kind of impactful performances that really change the game for your country, that have been missing from Shubman Gill.
Shomik, I mean, we built Shubman up, and no disrespect to him, he's shown a lot of promise, and that is why he was built up. But unfortunately, from that bar between good to great is a serious one. From 99 to 100 is the real distance between good to great. That is the distance between a Tendulkar and a Kohli and a Gill. Tendulkar and Kohli have matched that. Not so much. Tendulkar is a different all-time greatest. But even Kohli,
Absolutely.
9,000 test runs with 32 hundreds has matched that, has become a great. He's the greatest of our generation. Tendulkar, the last 10 years, the Gargi generation actually. We who have seen Tendulkar will always say there's nobody who comes close, and will not. But a Gill should take a leaf out of a Sachin's book or a Kohli book of 2014 or 2018. Shomik, you remember how in 2018 he batted against Anderson?
Absolutely.
Leave. And he got those 300s. The best
Yes.
that I have watched Virat Kohli bat. That is what Shubman Gill needs to do, Shomik Chakraborty.
Absolutely. And the thing is that, I mean, once again, Shubman Gill's case is a bit frustrating in the sense we know he has all the talent in the world. So, if he, so far,
एक
he
मिनट
has,
दाঁड़ाओ तो एक मिनट दाঁड़ाओ रवि गुप्ता फर्जी लोगों का किताब में नहीं पढ़ता भाई तुम्हारे बारे में जानने का जरूरत नहीं है भाई फर्जी लोगों का शो क्यों देख रहे हो इसीलिए तो मैं मना कर रहा हूं कि खुद को सबके सामने इडियट प्रूव करने का क्या जरूरत है फर्जी लोगों का शो मत दिखा करो ना जाके दूसरा कुछ देख लिया करो मंडे क्यों मूड खराब कर रहे हो तुम्हारा मत करो शोमिक को बोलने दो शोमिक टेल मी
See, Shubman Gill's case has been a little frustrating in the sense. I mean, I have been part of his journey since his under 19 World Cup days. I even went to cover that under 19 World Cup in New Zealand that India won. So Rahul had very high hopes about him. The thing is that the grooming he has as a cricketer. I mean, his father brought him to Mohali from Atari, and the time he has. I mean, the cricket culture that has been imbibed into him. I know he likes Test cricket. I know he respects Test cricket, but there is a paradox that so far he has chosen to be a happy flower batsman. I mean, Test cricket, you cannot be a happy flower batsman. The fact of the matter is that his average outside the outside Asia, so far is 27 or 28. I mean, you can have all the talent in the world, but until and unless you are putting runs on the board, you will not get the respect. Shubman still has age on his side. I think he is the face of Indian batting for the next generation. Whether he wants to emulate Virat Kohli or Sachin Tendulkar, or he is happy with staying as a happy flower batsman, it is his choice. But unless he can reach the next level, Shubman Gill will not be fulfilling his potential. So far, he hasn't, and that is very frustrating.
Taking a leaf out of what Shomik said, Gargi, is it that we talk about intent? Is it that we talk about release shot? Is it that we talk about, oh, so and so, India now plays test cricket differently? The narrative has been set in a certain way. Do these things get into the minds of these guys, you reckon? That, oh, you know what, I have to play a certain kind. Bang, I've come in, I can't waste balls. This is the kind of batsmanship that we now play, and this is what I have to do. Is that a problem, you reckon, with somebody like a Shubman Gill? Because clearly this whole series, he is the one who's getting himself out, and that is the kind of disappointment for us. Today's Rishabh Pant delivery was gem. I mean, that KL Rahul ball that Cummins bowled 2 balls before. If KL edged that, nobody can say anything, because that's an unplayable ball. It had your number. But for the rest of them, this has not been anything but very, how do I put it, three poor balls that got 3 wickets. Is it a problem the way we kind of build these narratives of intent and positivity, Gargi Rao?
Maybe, honestly, I can't put my finger on what is going wrong, or what kind of cricket Shubman Gill is trying to play. Of course, him and his coaches or whoever is backing him must know what's going wrong. But uh, from the outside, it looks like they're trying to play an aggressive brand of cricket. It looks like they're trying to hit every ball. They're trying to, take on a new take for Test cricket, where they're playing not exactly baseball, somewhere in between baseball and traditional textbook cricket. I think that's the kind of things that they're trying to do with this particular innings. I think maybe, this is my personal opinion, that maybe they were trying to get as many runs as possible as quickly as possible, considering the rain and everything. uh, I'm not sure about this, I'm just taking a hunch, but maybe that could have been the case, and maybe that's why they were going for those shots, they were going for those deliveries, because nothing else explains it, honestly. If you wanted to bat long, yes, Shamik.
No. You please continue.
Okay, okay.
I'll speak after that.
Yeah, maybe if you wanted to bat long, why would you go for those deliveries? That's what I'm not understanding, actually.
Yeah, and
No, I,
a fair
I
question to ask, Shomik, but that's it, right? I mean, you are 3 days left. You're not winning this game with so much weather. There is no reason to rush to 245 or whatever it is. All you need to do is just bat basic test match batting, not lose too many wickets, and all you know is rain will come in and take out a day. If you add the amount of time wasted, it will be a day gone. So all you need to do is just bat one day and save a test match. That's all. Shomik Chakraborty.
See, I mean, absolutely, you are absolutely right on the money, and also this confusion thing you have mentioned, it can happen. We we have seen it's happening with even with the great Joe Root when that ball was introduced. he became confused. We saw him trying to play a reverse slap against Bumrah and getting out. And he was copying a lot of flack, right? And then what Joe Root did, to hell with baseball. I am Joe Root. I will play my way. He came back to his earlier mold and then started scoring centuries for fun. He has been scoring centuries for fun, test centuries for fun of late. So, but then again, Joe Root is in his 30s. He has had a fantastic career. He can take that decision. Maybe Shubman Gill, someone like Sachin Tendulkar, if he checks with someone like Sachin Tendulkar or even Virat Kohli, maybe Shubman Gill is a bit confused. Maybe this approach, the entire sort of nonsensical intent thing and approach has made these youngsters a bit confused. They need to go to the right people, whether be it Sachin Tendulkar, whether be it their mentor, or there are other people also. If and get, gets the right clarity as far as test match batting is concerned, that will be of a that will be of a great help. I think I I hope Shubman will do that. If he is confused, he needs to seek out someone he trusts. He needs to seek out someone like, I mean, he has a fantastic relationship with Rahul Dravid, and he can seek out Rahul Dravid if he needs any kind of mental clarity.
Moving on to Virat Kohli, Gargi. When I look at Virat Kohli, a lot of people here are commenting Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma are past their prime. We are seeing him getting dismissed in the same manner. But when you look at Virat Kohli, Steve Smith, and Joe Root are of the same age. We are seeing a new lease of life for a Joe Root, for a Steve Smith. Steve Smith got 100 yesterday. Joe Root is scoring runs, lots and lots and lots of runs. During that baseball period, he underwent a trough. He came back. Same for Kane Williamson to a degree. As far as Steve Smith is concerned, he was going through a rough. He came back. So why not Kohli? Why is it that the same mistake is happening over and over again when his own contemporaries, people who are as great as he is, they have been able to make a comeback? So why is it that we are saying he's past his prime when a Joe Root or a Steve Smith is able to make a comeback and make it count? Gargi Raut?
Not sure. I'm not sure why it's not happening, because we've been seeing Virat Kohli in the nets and he was looking very good. When we saw him, when Rohit and Debashish and Shubhayan were reporting, when we saw those visuals, it was clear that Virat Kohli was looking very good compared to Rohit Virat. Virat looked the much better batter. 100% he was pulling those shots, he was getting those he was middling the ball, he was playing very well. I don't know what happened, what happens when he comes onto the field, why he has to play that certain ball, because it's the same dismissal over and over again. I think right now it's about restraint. If there's a mental block for Virat Kohli, I'm not sure. That could be it. That could explain why Virat Kohli maybe feels like he has to prove something and he has to stay in the team and perform for India. But not like this. I don't think this will do Virat Kohli any good. If anything, it will only hamper his confidence. But you can't put your finger on it, because in the nets he looks very, very good. So you can't figure out where he's going wrong. Clearly, it's maybe restraint. Maybe he doesn't have he's not having restraint with that particular delivery.
I think a little differently, Gargi. You have every right to disagree with me, but I'll put this in front of you both. Now, if you come and tell someone that, you know what, the plan for this particular innings is keep leaving balls, that is not easy for anybody. Anybody. That, come what may, I will leave certain balls. I will leave all balls. I'll keep leaving. But what about this? That I will not play a cover drive. I will not play a flashy shot outside off. Why don't you tell yourself that, you know what? I will play shots, but the moment I don't play that expansive shot on the offside, the Australian bowlers will not bowl stump 6, stump 7, because you will not play that shot, keep leaving. Then what does the bowler do? The bowler has to make you play. If the bowler doesn't make you play, you will keep leaving, because you have told yourself that I will not play that particular shot. Again, I come back to Tendulkar. Tendulkar had told him, say he didn't say that I will leave all balls. He said, I will not play the cover drive to even a mediocre bowler like Brad Williams. So he kept telling himself, I won't play that shot. The moment he didn't play that shot, the Australians came in. The Australians from that channel where they were bowling him in Melbourne, they were bowling him in Adelaide, they were bowling him right through the series in Brisbane. They came in. So from 7-8 stump, it became middle stump. It became off stump, the leg stump, the off and middle, on stump, and Tendulkar started playing them towards on. Tendulkar played them towards mid wicket, towards mid on. Kohli is excellent. If the ball comes into stumps, Kohli can play the straight drive. Kohli can play the pull shot. If there is a short ball, he has all the. Is it just about leaving balls and restraint, or is it a little bit more? Can Kohli kind of tell himself, I will not play this shot at all in the next innings? And the moment he does that, the Australians will be. It's a mind game. It's a mind game that the Australians are playing with his mind and winning it. Can Kohli turn the tables and win this battle against the Australians? Shomit Chakraborty?
See, beautifully put. It's very, very difficult to leave every ball, but then you have to keep that mindset. You have to have that mindset. And Kohli has done it in the past. You mentioned that series in England 2018, but there is a. I mean, of all people, I expected Virat to take a leaf out of Sachin's book, from Sachin's book in Sydney, and not play that. But then again, I realized how difficult it is, in the sense Virat Kohli is a bona fide great of the game in his own right. We are not questioning that. But still, there is a gap. If we compare Sunil Gavaskar and Sachin Tendulkar and Virat Kohli, there is a gap. Ah, not only Sachin Tendulkar, Sunil Gavaskar scored 774 runs in his first series in West Indies, played pull and hook shot in abundance. Then he realized, I don't have the batting lineup to play with gay abundance. He completely stopped playing those shots for more than 10 years. He ducked under the bouncer. And when he brought that out in Delhi 83 against Malcolm Marshall, that hook shot, the ball went to the deep, over the deep fine leg boundary for a six. So he could have played that shot. He didn't, for the sake of the team. Sachin Tendulkar did it. But then again, if we genuinely compare, no disrespect to Kohli, that forcing shot outside the off stump is his go-to shot. Eschewing is very, very, and you have to eschew his ego for that, which is very, very difficult. And therein lies that gap, that margin between Gavaskar and Tendulkar and Virat Kohli.
Exactly what I said, Gargi, that it is about ego. Because if you read Playing It My Way, or I at some point I'll play you that clip which is on record with me when I was recording Playing It My Way before writing. Tendulkar actually told me that, Brad Williams or some of the other Aussie bowlers were coming up to him and taunting him. They were taunting him, saying, come on, play that cover drive. Play that cover drive. What happened to you? And Tendulkar kept saying, fair enough. Fair enough. You are trying to taunt me. You're trying to taunt me. Now, what I will do is, let's see who has more patience. Can you keep taunting, or will I keep making you bowl to me and you will never get me out? And by the end of 10 hours, the Australians had thrown in the towel. So he bit his ego. He made his ego less important to prove a larger point about self discipline, about what he stands for, and produced one of the classics that we will ever see in cricket. I don't see any of our batters do that. Ego takes the better of Jaiswal, ego gets the better of Kohli, ego gets the better of Shubman Gill. Gargi Rao.
That's precisely what I'm trying to say, is that your what the batters are lacking at this moment, at least particularly in this match, is restraint. You have to leave balls, and like you said, it's the most difficult thing to leave balls, because as batters, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to play the balls. So when you're asked to leave the balls, it's a bit difficult to not put your bat out there and not hit. I know that the feeling of the bat hitting the ball is something all batters hold dear to their heart. But at the same time, test cricket is all about restraint. It's about grinding it out. It's about mentally being very, very tough and being very particular about what shots you want to play, what deliveries you want to play. And that's something I think is where the Indian batters are lacking. There's no solid application or no solid execution of plans. uh, or if they're sort of there's not enough focus or something. I'm not sure what it is, but clearly these are not the deliveries that you should be getting out for. Because again, like I said, the three deliveries that we've seen, the three wickets that we've seen in the first session, completely unnecessary. It was not the bowlers, it was not the bowlers wicket, it was the batters who gave away the wicket.
She's 100% right when she says that the bowlers did not pick them, the batters picked the wickets. Uh, Shomik Chakraborty, Rohit Sharma, and KL Rahul out there. Ravindra Jadeja, Nitish Kumar Reddy still to come. So there is batting, and of course, with all the weather, you've got your second innings. Can India put up a fight? Last 5 minutes on the show. Can India? The captain is out there. If there was ever a platform for the captain to show what he can do, this is it. Rather than sort of giving it all away and plunging the team into complete disaster, this is Rohit Sharma's stage. Can he do it? Can he do it and at least play 100 balls? Because if you do that, that means you are batting till tomorrow. There will be that much rain around. Show me.
My heart says they would be able to do it. My head says no. I mean, my head says it is if KL can go on and grind the Australian attack, I mean, grind out the Australian attack, and if he can put on a partnership with Ravindra Jadeja, then there is a chance. But I still believe Australia maybe need a little more than 5 sessions to inflict an innings defeat on India in this test match. Because the way, I mean, I see a batting lineup short of runs, collectively short of runs and short of confidence. So I mean, even if my heart says that it is fine, they will be able to do it. I genuinely want them to be successful. But my head says Australia need a little more than five more sessions to wrap it up and to inflict an innings defeat on India.
I don't think they'll get 5 more sessions. So if it is 5 sessions, then India might just save the game. Because Gargi, the kind of prediction, by the way, the covers are coming off in Brisbane. That's why I called Devashish to find out what's going on. So we'll close the show on this. But as you can see, it's already 11 a.m., which means maximum 2.5 hours of game, which will have another hour, an hour and a half of interruption. So you are actually talking about 1 more hour of cricket. That's all you will get today. Can India stand up? Can Rohit Sharma do something rather than be a walking wicket? So far, he has not looked confident. Can KL Rahul continue? Can Ravindra Jadeja step up? Nitish Kumar Reddy has looked good so far. People need to put their hand up and be counted. This is the platform. This is the platform I hope India does. Gargi, Shomik, me, Devashish, and all of us will be back the moment the match ends. We will also bring you the press conferences. There's someone who has said, congratulations, Rev Sports. Gukesh's father's video has touched 7 million on Instagram. Exactly what we don't want to know. Whether it is, suppose that video did not touch even 70, would you have said that that is an unnecessary video? I don't care about 7 million. The Gukesh father video done by Atreo is one of the most important to understand the Gukesh journey. Suppose it got 70 views instead of 7 million. Is that a relatively less important video, you think? We don't think that way. We think it is about quality rather than basic numbers. That's what differentiates us. Gargi, you have the closing words. I agree with Shomik. Hand on heart, I don't think India has been able to do it, but heart still says there will be resistance from somewhere.
I think the same. I think somewhere or the other, the Indian fan in all of us wants to be hopeful, wants to pin our hopes on a few batters, because let's be honest, there are a few batters left. So it's not that the match is completely out of hands. They can avoid a follow on if they put their minds to it. So like Shomik said, I think I couldn't have said it more better. Heart says India will do it, mind says maybe not.
And for once, all of us on this panel, I think everybody here, even the ones who want to, troll, abuse, whatever, I think all of you included will agree that all of us want to be proved wrong. We want our minds to lose this battle to our hearts. Shomik Gargi and I, we don't want our minds to win. We want our hearts to win this one. We want resistance. So let's see. Let's see. इतना झूठ क्यों बोलता भाई? हम लोग झूठ बोल रहे हैं, इंडिया अच्छा चाहते हैं इंडिया के लिए, इसीलिए झूठ बोल रहे हैं, चलो मान लेते हैं. On that note, we'll be back at the end of the show. Let's see if there is some resistance. Fingers crossed.